What up, though, Lions fans? It's your man, Curt Steele, a.k.a. Professor Curt, from the Boss of Ball Out podcast for Lions Nation Unite. Today, got a special segment focusing on Ennis Rakestraw and his development ahead of the upcoming season. So, grab your Lions gear or that LNU gear, hit the like button, and let's get into it, my man. Hey, Ennis Rakestraw, as many of you know, that dude had a rocky start to his rookie season as a cornerback for the Lions in 2024. Didn't see much field, primarily due to the combinations of injuries and the fact that he really didn't have a clearly defined role in the defense for Aaron Glenn in 2024. I mean, missing half the season, on injured reserve does not help. And I think the Lions were really trying to work in Emmanuel Mosley last year. I think I said that on my platform plenty of times. Like, yeah, Rakestraw was injured, but was it something that he could probably play through? Probably, but he was a rookie, and they're really trying to work Emmanuel Mosley in last year. So they was like, well, we'll just swap one for the other. And Mosley was on the roster most of the season, a bit over half, and didn't really do much either. So, telltale sign, that he wasn't going to be back. But Rakestraw's got a bright future in Detroit. He had that soft tissue injury last year, and they just put him on the shelf. But you got year 2 coming up. And I think it's going to be a little bit different for the young fella coming out of Missouri. Y'all know who that dude is, man. Tough, physical corner, lanky with some size, and able to play multiple positions in the back of the defense. He can play both inside and outside, and he can play some safety. But the Lions said, hey, we're going to give you a defined role this year because it's 2025, man, and it's time to step into the spotlight, young fella, and a chance to earn playing time. One noticeable difference is he switched from 15 to 9, and he is going to be playing outside corner. I like that for the young fella. They were kind of like, hey, you can play the slide or you can do this, man. But I think they really drafted him, to be honest with you, for me, is that they knew he was going to take a while to develop, but they wanted to develop him to be across from his draft mate in his from Ennis Rakestraw is going to be Terry Arnold. So I think they drafted those guys to be the outside corners. Eventually, we knew it was going to take a little while longer to get him up to where Terry Arnold is. Now, my man, y'all know who I'm talking about. MCDC, Lions head coach, man, recently spoke about Rakestraw's progress. He mentioned that the coaching staff has decided to give him that defined position, and they felt he would thrive best as an outside corner. Now, this was a few days ago, and it was just ahead of the final OTA session. My man said about Rakestraw, look, man, we take it with some nickel last year, and it was probably a little too much, too fast for him. Campbell said, once we put him outside and focus on that, he really began to grow. And that's where we can really, that's where he can really take off. Excuse me. I think I like that information from my man, MCDC. This is encouraging news for the young fella, Rakestraw, man, especially with starter Terry Arnold not participating in OTAs and Meek Robinson really in the slot. Rakestraw got his first team reps during the spring sessions, man, and he really was able to kind of help his portfolio for the Lions in this training camp sessions, pre-training camp sessions, and it caught the eyes of MCDC, man. He highlighted him in the spring in the final OTA sessions, man. Campbell said that Ennis would be another guy that stood out. He's having a chance to compete. We'd like to keep him outside right now and just let him go. And he had a good spring. I like the fact that MCDC spoke so highly of Ennis Rakestraw, man. You can see that Dan Campbell really is a straight shooter. He's not going to say that Ennis Rakestraw had a good spring if he didn't. Now, I will say this, because some people focused on this, and of course, most people focus on bad and not the good. One highlight that Rakestraw will want to forget is a one-on-one rep against my man Waymo. Williams had a clean release off the line and easily beat Rake on the outside route. Now here he is, man. J-Mo is one of the fastest players in the NFL, let alone the Detroit Lions. So I really can't shame that dude on that, man, because it's Waymo. And he go way faster than anybody else, man. I think the only player that probably can even get close to him is Jahmyr Gibbs in speed. So can't shame Rake on that one. He you got a 4-5 guy, with a trying to cover a 4-2 guy with a clean release. It ain't gonna help out. It ain't gonna work out too good for you. Now the second year quarter has put on some weight, man. Rake a little bit thicker. It will help him with some of that press man coverage, or just man coverage with the Lions scheme. They play the 5th most man coverage in the league in 2024. I don't think it's going to change under Calvin Shepard, but it may mix in some zone. But I think they're going to continue to play a lot of man coverage. Now, Rakestraw is one of the bigger cornerbacks in Detroit, just under 6 feet. Around 190. I think the list is playing weight is like 193, 191 or something around that. That's about 10 pounds of size since arriving in Detroit. So he came in Detroit right about 180. So he's putting on some pounds, putting on some muscle. His body's starting to mature, and that's going to help because the Lions are going to play some bigger wide receivers this season, and you may see Rake down in the red zone because of the fact that we have a lot of shorter corners, and that size isn't going to do them any good. You looking at the two guys, DJ Reed and Amik Robinson. They some dogs now. I ain't gonna lie to you. They some dogs, but size could be a little hamper, especially when you get down toward the goal line. That's where Rake may make his money and make his spot on the roster to be known going forward is down there covering those bigger receivers in the red zone. Hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. Make sure you subscribe to Lions Nation Unite. They do a great job of bringing you some contents, man. Check out my man, the heavyweights over there on Lions Nation Unite. And, of course, Herman Moore and those guys over there, man. He's doing a great job bringing you this platform for us Lions fans. So be a part of the movement that is Lions Nation Unite. Now we got to be real for a moment. We got to take it back. Slow it down, pump the brakes, man, and all that good stuff. Because it was OTAs, man. Y'all know the Pajama Olympics and all that good stuff, man. It's like, you can do a lot of stuff in the spring. You can do show what glimpses of what you want, but of course it is shirts and shells and shorts and all that good stuff, man. Helmets and shorts is not really what you can really establish yourself, but you can give a hint because Rakestraw, I tell you, had that opportunity to show what he has in the spring with the fact that Terrion Arnold was out. So I think he put a lot, with Terrion Arnold being out, man, he put a lot of miles on his body in the rookie season, man. And the coaching staff held some players out. And I think with him, it was about getting Terrion Arnold some rest and then giving a guy like Rakestraw definitely some time to shine and get himself out there on the field and get some good stuff on tape. Now we'll see. Training camp starts here next month, and can it transfer over to the pads? I think it will, because you look at the limited amount of snaps that Rakestraw had in the regular season, man. Very physical at the line. He was known for that in college, but I think it will transfer over. And I think that the fact that a guy like Terrion Arnold isn't going to let Rakestraw kind of fall by the wayside. He's going to pick his teammate up, man, and these guys are going to learn together. I've said this before, man. I like Rakestraw, and I think he and Terrion Arnold are going to be the eventual starters on the outside corner. And I think it's going to be coming sooner rather than later. I won't say in 2025, but 2026, watch out for that, my man. DB's coach, Deshaun Townsend, alongside linebacker Jack Campbell, also commented on Rakestraw development, man, during the OTAs. And they're seeing a consensus of a jump that Ennis Rakestraw is ready to make in his year 2. Now, Rakestraw is healthy. I mentioned it earlier, man. My man had that soft tissue injury, and let's hope he can maintain as he competes against some solid players, because the Lions loaded up in the cornerback room this year, and they just kind of restructured it again. They redid it last year, and they Did the same thing this year because he's up against some players that are coming in the some veterans, Rock Yashin, Stanley, Thomas Oliver, Khalil Dorsey. Those guys are going to make him compete. But with the right mindset and training, man, I think that he's going to make an impact. And I like the fact that he's getting encouragement from the coaching staff, both MCDC and his position coach, Deshaun Townsend. And of course, what he's going to bring to the defense. And I believe that Kelvin Shepard has said some nice things about Ennis Rakestraw himself. So what does all this fluff and talking about the praise about Rakestraw mean for him in the Lions defense? If he can step it up, man, and he adds that depth to our secondary and increases that competition level, I mean, DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold, all those guys, man, he's going to put pressure on those guys because MCDC has always said it's not about where you were drafted or how much money you make. The best guys are going to play. So the elevation of Rakestraw's game is going to elevate everyone else in that secondary, man. So here's my thing. As we're gearing up for the upcoming season, man, keep an eye on Ennis Rakestraw, man, and his game-changing potential for the Lions. I think that he can definitely make a difference. He's, like I say, he has the size. He's one of the bigger cornerbacks for the Lions, and we're going to be playing some bigger wide receivers, so we're going to need that size to get him out there on the field and make some difference, man. Hey, don't forget to check the link in the description for some fantastic Lions Nation Unite gear. You see, I'm rocking that MCDC Go For It shirt. They got shirts for Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got shirts for Jared Goff. Just go check it out, man. And then they have that Salute to Service gear over there, their brand of Salute to Service gear. So, as a veteran, of course, I always appreciate that. So go check it out in the link in the description, man. Thank you for checking me out right here on Lions Nation Unite. And remember, you can catch more Lions content from me over on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast with my fellas LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones. So thank you for tuning in, man, for Lions Nation Unite. This is Curt Steele, and I will holla at you real soon.